Trade tensions are revving up again. US President Donald Trump has threatened to raise tariffs on European cars from 15% to 25%. Washington argues that a trade agreement brokered in Scotland last July is not being honoured. Under that deal, the US agreed to largely cap duties on EU goods at 15% in exchange for the elimination of tariffs on a slew of American goods. The European Commission insists it's a reliable partner and says it's in the final stages of implementing the deal.
We remain fully committed to a predictable, mutually beneficial transatlantic relationship, but we have also been very clear, should the US take measures inconsistent with the joint statement, we will keep our options open to protect EU interests.
In March, the European Parliament voted in support of the trade agreement. But following US threats to annex Greenland earlier this year, that support cooled, and now comes with conditions. The EU and US share the world's largest bilateral trade relationship, accounting for nearly 30% of global trade. But as transatlantic tensions persist, there are calls for safeguards to be added to the deal, including a suspension clause should Washington introduce new tariffs in the future. The European Parliament and some EU member states are at odds over whether these conditions go too far, and if these increased duties on the auto sector changes the equation.
Right now we are seeing those relations are not there anymore. So now the Parliament also thinking, and these countries also have serious concerns about the future of the deals and where we are heading.
The US is the EU's second biggest market for new vehicle exports, and the European Automobile Manufacturers Association is calling for a swift and successful conclusion to negotiations, a view echoed by some European capitals.
I think it's very important that anybody holds to their part of an agreement, and a huge amount of work was undertaken by the European Union and the United States to reach a landing zone, to reach an agreement that keeps free trade going between the European Union and the United States of America.
US and EU trade representatives met on Tuesday in Paris in a bid to ease tensions. The European Commission's representative has called for the original terms of the deal to be respected. But the latest tariff threat has fueled debate over whether additional safeguards are needed. William Denselow, TRT World, Brussels.